Thank you, Jason. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about power consumption between the two designs and also the amount of motors and gears for the design and its option. For design one, it has two options for beam deployment. Option one is one motor, six gears. Option two, two motors, four gears. Boom deployment, we only have one option, which is four motors, and for altitude control, we also have one option, which independently control each solar cell. Max power for each deployment and control range approximately from 5 watts to 20 watts. As we can see, the total power for design 1, it ranges between 45.9 watts to 51 watts with a plus or minus zero point 0.5 watts. As for design 2, we have one option for boom and beam deployment and one option for altitude control. For boom deployment, we have one motor and 11 gears with a max power at about 10 watts. And for beam deployment, we have one motor and a crane slide with a max power of about 5 watts. Lastly, altitude control, which control four independent cells for just as design 1, we could see the total power for design 1 or design 2 is about 35 to 36 watts. When comparing the two designs next to each other, we can see the volume difference of 20 centimeters, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and also the mass difference from 1.7 to 1.2. And another factor is power consumption, as design 2 is a little less than design 1, and the number of motors used in design 2. As far as design 1, their number of gears used is a little less than design 2, and the main thing that we're going to consider when manufacturability is how easy or difficult it may be to do design 1 or 2. And as you can see, design 1 is easier to build. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the motors. And the motors, we have two space quality grade motors. The first motor is a right angle gearhead motor from CDA Intercorp, which weighs about 0.284 kilograms. Power, torque, and angular velocity is all upon request due to the fact that we will be sending, if we have the funding available for these motors, the specifications will be sent to these companies and they could build according to our specifications. But price range for the gearhead range between 15K and go and above, and any add-ons as far as encoders or drivers and etc. range between 10 to 15,000 each. And the next motor is a brushless flat DC motor from Fall Harbor, and that one weighs about zero point zero 0.02 kilograms, which weighs a lot less than the previous motor. And the power watt for that is 5.2. Torque is also available upon request. Angular velocity max speed it can get to is 6,400 RPMs, but if we do get an encoder and a driver, we can slow that down, and price is upon request because of specifications. With that being said, um, we do have a couple current values here of how we've calculated current. The first motor on the left, the first image on the left hand side is a steady state circuit with just power running through the circuit, and you can see it draws 0.6 amps. And the middle circuit is a steady state circuit with no load, just the motor turning, and it pulls a current value of 0.21. And lastly, with the weight on the motor, we could see that it could range between anywhere from 3.0 to 3 to 0.30 to zero point 0.4 amps. And with that being said, I'd like to introduce Benjamin.